Michelle Obama's speech last night where she said that you're in over your head as the wrong president?
Yeah, no, she was over her head, and frankly, she should have made the speech live, which she didn't do. She taped it, and it was not only taped, it was taped a long time ago because she had the wrong deaths. She didn't even mention the vice presidential candidate in the speech, and, you know, she gets these fawning reviews. If you gave a real review, it wouldn't be so fawning. I thought it was a very divisive speech, extremely divisive. We have a tremendous amount of enthusiasm for my campaign because of things like we're talking about now, drug prices and drug cuts and transparency with hospitals and doctors that are going to lower bills by 50%, 70%. You're talking about numbers that are incredible. There's a procedure, I won't mention what it is, but there's a procedure where one hospital was charging $2,500, another hospital was charging $32 for the exact same procedure, using the exact same kit, and the people weren't able to go around and even have that option. And it was the exact same. In fact, we did a study, and the one for $32 actually did a better job, okay? How about that? $2,500, $32, and the cheap one did a better job using the exact same stuff. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about numbers that are incredible. No, I thought her speech was very divisive. And frankly, I wouldn't even be here if it weren't for Barack Obama. See, we're standing in the White House. I wouldn't be in the White House except for Barack Obama because they did a bad job, Biden and Obama. And if they did a good job, I wouldn't be here. I'd be building buildings someplace and having a good time.
You compared your response to coronavirus to their response to the H1N1?
Well, they got very bad reviews. If you look at the Gallup poll did a review of them. Now, you have to understand, that was a far lesser vicious disease. It was not the same, in the same ballpark. But, I know, it's also a much lesser disease. But they got very bad reviews. Gallup gave very bad reviews. And by the way, Gallup, at that same time, gave us very, very good reviews for the job we've done. So if you take a look at the Gallup poll from a couple of months ago, we got very good reviews, and they got very bad reviews. They were, I mean, the reviews they got for the handling of swine flu, or H1N1, which Biden calls N1, H1, and I don't even correct him on that. I don't even correct him. I said, nah, that's a mistake you can make, but that's what he calls it. He's got it a little mixed up, but that's all right. Take a look at the Gallup poll, and there were others too. They got horrible marks, and that disease is a much lesser problem. Okay.
So Trump's criticism of Michelle Obama's speech was that it was taped, and he points that out by explaining that she had the wrong number of deaths because she only mentioned 150,000 deaths while there are now 170,000 deaths. Got her, Mr. President. Way to prove that, in fact, there were 20,000 more Americans who've died from coronavirus on your watch than she stated. Anyone who thinks that Donald Trump isn't playing four-dimensional chess simply doesn't know what true brilliance is. This is all in response to Michelle Obama's scathing speech at the Democratic National Convention, where she called him out by name for his perpetual failure to meet the moment as president.
So let me be as honest and clear as I possibly can. Donald Trump is the wrong president for our country. He has had more than enough time to prove that he can do the job, but he is clearly in over his head. He cannot meet this moment. He simply cannot be who we need him to be for us. It is what it is. Now, I understand that my message won't be heard by some people. We live in a nation that is deeply divided, and I am a Black woman speaking at the Democratic Convention. But enough of you know me by now. You know that I tell you exactly what I'm feeling. You know I hate politics. But you also know that I care about this nation. You know how much I care about all of our children. So if you take one thing from my words tonight, it is this. If you think things cannot possibly get worse, trust me, they can and they will if we don't make a change in this election.
And because Trump is incapable of never sitting anything out, his response here was to clap back by telling her that she was wrong. That way more people died under his watch than she's giving him credit for. Yeah, nailed it. Trump then goes on to explain how her speech was divisive. Donald Trump says this, the guy who exploited a pandemic to attack Democratic governors, the guy who defended neo-Nazis at Charlottesville, the guy who claimed that 4 non-white American congresswomen should go back to their countries, the guy who called Mexicans drug dealers, the guy who calls all women he doesn't agree with nasty. Do I need to go on? But more telling is that Trump says he wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for Barack Obama, and he's absolutely right. Trump's presidency is a backlash to America's first black president. He ran on a platform of racism and xenophobia. His first campaign pledges were to shut down the country to all Muslims, and then to all Mexicans. Trump will claim that he was elected to come in and clean up the mess left by Obama and Biden, but there was no mess. We had 75 straight months of growth. The economy was roaring, nearly 12 million jobs were added, and progress was being made from the environment to human rights. Trump's election was nothing more than a backlash from a minority of people in this country in a campaign laser focused on bigotry. So he's right in the sense that he was elected because of Obama, but he's kidding himself if he thinks it's for anything other than the glaring bigotry that he displays on a daily basis. Trump even brings up the, quote, bad reviews of the Obama administration's response to the H1N1 pandemic. So let's look at those reviews. According to Gallup in 2009, 67% of respondents were either very confident or somewhat confident in the federal government's ability to handle the outbreak. Now let's look at Trump's polling on handling coronavirus. Trump has been hovering around 43% approval, while his federal government has been around 50%. So if Trump thinks that 67% confidence in the Obama administration during H1N1 was bad, what does that say about his own response that's 24 points lower? Look, I'm no marketing genius like Donald Trump, but it seems to me that pointing out Obama's approval rating was bad when yours is worse doesn't seem like the best strategy. In other words, all we've seen from this rant defending himself is Trump slamming Michelle Obama for understating the number of deaths that his administration's overseen, and then pointing to an Obama poll showing higher approval rating than his own. At this rate, you don't even need Democrats slamming Trump because he seems perfectly content to highlight his own deficits all by himself. While you're here, please subscribe to my podcast, No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen, where I take a deeper dive into the week's biggest stories and interview major players in the world of politics, like Kamala Harris, Adam Schiff, Katie Porter, Nancy Pelosi, Cory Booker, Eric Swalwell, and many more. Again, that's No Lie with Brian Tyler Cohen, available anywhere you listen to podcasts.